can be the one big advantage of this technique is that you can do it under local anesthesia. And Dr. Pasi does it under general anesthesia and neuromonitoring. So these are a whole lot of options which are there in front of us with this technique.
Okay, I think we are there. So let's just jump into that. This is a picture I just prepared, and I'm just going to start from here. I have been asked about from lots of people, what's the right way of doing, or what is the algorithm to do a transfusion? And when is all of a possibility, when is all of a good surgery, and when is other methods are more appropriate. And my best option for you is do the surgery that you are best at. I mean, it's always the number one reason you do the surgery is to help the patient, and your learning curve, your expertise in that is the number one priority. Now, having said that, if your priority is correction of lordosis, and so for some cases it is, ALIF, XLIF, all of ATP is the better way to go. If your priority is truly the direct decompression, meaning you need to take the bone off, and I will come back to you, and please catch me because that is a longer conversation. Certainly, one of those TLIF, PLIF, MIS, endoscopic is the best way to go. But if the efficiency is your priority, especially elderly, patient with high BMI, comorbidities, certainly, you know, Varun and Dr. Vasavada and many others have proven nothing really beats the efficiency. I have here some people that have been in my center, have seen how it goes. You can do in 20-minute surgery, finish to the end, and that gives you an ability to offer this surgery. Dr. Tushar was with us, has seen that we can do a two-level fusion in 45 minutes. That open up the opportunity for you to provide this to people who cannot go through a long surgery. But let's just move on. What I'm going to present is based off, as of last week, 2 weeks ago, we passed 2,000 mark. So we have 2,027 cases. So, and I'm going to give you expertise at that. Even multi-level fusion, 95% of them are under 2 hours. Now, and this is what I want to tell you as well. I think some of you have seen that. I see Dr. Mayur, lots of friendly faces here. I think what I'm always impressed is how little you need. You don't need $1 million navigation machine. As a matter of fact, look at it. All you need to do the surgery. You can do this in any small hospital in Africa. You don't need $1 million navigation machine. You see here for the first table and second table is what you need for interbody. You see it's an empty table, and the last table is for pedicle screw. Setup, I will offer you all the information regarding how the setup need to be. There are two different setups. This setup is for regular and this setup for scoliosis. And again, the details has to be in a different setup in the lab. We have a lab coming up soon. We can show it to you. It seems crowded, but it is not. It's very algorithmic. I admire Varun that can do it with one C-arm. I tried it. I cannot be as efficient with one C-arm than I am with two C-arm, but with two C-arm, I do 7 3-level fusion in one day. And we finish the day at 4:30. But so meaning that even though, yes, you do need two C-arm in the way I do it, but it gives you additional efficiency in the OR. I'm not going to go through the anatomy. Marking at the beginning is important. You will see some of that. With two C-arm, I always see the end point of my instrument. Now, I saw in that fantastic endoscopic that instrument was going through in and out and so on. And then they got the X-ray for confirmation. In my surgery, at every moment, I see exactly where my instruments are. That's one of the advantages, but its advantages, I use more X-rays. That means, but we have a study that shows what that means. So let's just now jump to the surgery. And I'm going to actually, my assistant has narrated pretty well. Is there a laser pointer here? And I'm going, this is not sped up. This is actual surgery how it goes. And I'm going to let my assistant, Mitch Ruston, thank you, Mitch, if you're listening to this, just narrate that. But then I'm just going to, with the laser point to the area of the screen that I think is important for you to pay attention. The first screen here is going to be explanation. You will see a picture of the tools. Here is my field. Here is the neuromonitoring that you will see how the stimulation goes. So I use neuromonitoring. Obviously, if you do patient awake, patient is your neuromonitoring kind of situation. But I might do it in a general anesthesia, so I have neuromonitoring. And just by the way, this used to be a big deal, but now we have a method that we can get a machine modified, but under $4,000, you can have a neuromonitoring in your center. We have made it possible. Catch up with me, and I'll give you the details. Here you see the back table, and here are the awards, and here you see API lateral view. So mostly please pay attention to this picture and this picture, and sometimes the instruments are flashed up here. Few times only the other are important. So please mostly pay attention to here and here. And here we go. Actually, let me go to a different view here because I want you to. Okay. The voice is not coming out, but that doesn't matter. I can moderate. I can. The sound. If you have sound, that would be great. Okay, I see that now. That's electricity. Let me put it in for you. I think that's in that electricity. If you can disconnect it, I have to connect it to the other side. Got it. I got it.
The regular pedicle Jamshedi is being used to screw.
Yeah. So I'm going to go a little back so you can watch it from the beginning. Mitch has done a really good job to explain it. So can you bring up the volume a little up? I held it for a second, but then it did go away. So this is practically setting up the C-arm, and I control it. I think that's the important fact here. If you try to let your assistant to control it, what's going on here?
So first step, what he has done is put the Jamshedi in the pedicle screw for the pedicle screw, and that gives us some bone marrow again for the to act as a biologic for the fusion, so that you can top up your biologic with that bone marrow. In the first 5 ml from the particular body, from the cancellous part, gives you enough osteogenic material to.
Okay, that was, I think, okay, we haven't started the surgery yet. This is just a setup. You see the so this is actual surgery start at this point, and this is the real speed. These are ceramic. They are not excellent, but with bone marrow, they become really good biologic. We take the first, and we take only the first 5 seconds.
And set aside the bone graft after sealing it with the osteogenic material and give it time to get soaked in by the time you prepare the disc area. For the Basi, we may need to speed it up a little bit.
Sure.
Because interest of time. Just jump between how you take cage.
Okay. The actual.
Actually, I have 4 pedicles to get your graft.
So the biologic is soaking in the back table, and now the actual olive stuff is going to go very fast. Now, this is not working. Even in the most collapsed disc, once the valid.
the 10 millimeter working channel. And once that is Campbell's triangle, put the connected, you don't need to. Just gently rock this working channel again. The second.
And continuous EMG monitor. So all the way from the inside of the disc, protected with that tube. You feel this high frequency vibrations in that moment. As Varun said, don't overfeel it because you may push places. So until now, everything was protected with that tube. Now, only time. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I want you to see that this is the time is on the thing is one. They had the previous surgeries and so on. This video started at 1 and 108. The surgery in the body part is actually done, and that is the advantage of this. It's very efficient. Blood loss usually a spoon of 2 spoons of blood. Even in elderly that wouldn't tolerate anything with comorbidities, they can tolerate multi-level fusion this way. Now, obviously, the rest of it is still, we still spend another 10 minutes for posterolateral fusion, but there's one-level fusion easily done in under half an hour, and that is the value of the efficiency. Now, I'm going to just stop here and maybe answer a few questions. Now, what's important is that you can have it 3 ways. It's about, I want to go back to a slide that shows it's a group of surgeries that you go transcambing. You can visualize it endoscopically, that makes it caliph. In USA, we call fully endoscopic version of that caliph. Or it can be done the way Dr. Varun Agarwal is doing that by patient is your neuromonitoring, or you use neuromonitoring which enables you to do, on the general, this surgery on the general anesthesia. I think another thing what's important here is that the posterolateral fusion is obviously as well done under with with minimal invasive approach. You don't open it, and there is only one thing I want to show you. If my computer would work with me, there's a tool that we go and grind the surface of the facet. If I can show to you just a few seconds, if it works with me, that enables you to achieve as well posterolateral fusion, not only instrumentation. So I'm going to stop here and answer questions.
How do you ensure adequacy of your end plate preparation, Dr. Abbasi?
That's a very important, very crucial question. Obviously, in the endoscopic, you saw they are working on the end plate, they see the bleeding edge and so on. Well, for everybody who has done some of the surgeries, when you are on the bone, when your metal is on the bone, you have that high frequency vibration. And you have very specific tools that enables you to do the